So I would say in two ways. I feel like I've seen God moving. Um, they're two separate ways, but obviously related to. Number one is I think I've seen God moving in how our family is adapting to life here. When people ask about this, it's not hard to offer the answer that we all adapt in different ways and at different paces for different reasons. But I feel like even in the last month, that even those who are adapting very slowly are starting to accept reality a little bit more and are starting to not be caught off guard by all the new things all the time. And for Reggie and I, we're really starting to go to that next level of cultural understanding. And even though we can't always understand everything, and for some things we may never fully understand it, but we can talk about it a lot more intelligently, and we can find the right questions faster, and we can have something to attach concepts and questions to, and to lead to more efficient conversation and understanding the culture. And that's really exciting for me, because then what that's attached to is I feel like I'm finally starting to not just feel like an English teacher. I'm starting to feel uh, like a leader at Noe Loma Libre, where the students actually know me, and I can have inside jokes with my students. I can make jokes with my students that they don't look at me like, who is this strange American? But instead, it's like, oh, that's Carly. And we have confidence between each other, or a trust, I guess, we have between each other. Um, and I really love how that kind of goes together, in that we've really established that our home is always open. And when you come to our home, you're safe, you're loved. In my classroom, you are loved, you're respected, you'll be listened to, you can be prayed for. If you have a English grammar learning question, you could talk to us. But if you have a spiritual question, if you have a life situation and you need to talk to us about it, then we're developing that reputation among a lot of our students, both in my classes, but also in some of the other circles that we have with Noe here, and that's really, really exciting, and with the kids' friends. So I feel like that relationship factor is finally settling in, where we can be ourselves, but we're also learning who our Mexican selves are and what that needs to look like. And not just being these new people who don't really know what they're doing. And that's really exciting. Obviously, there are plenty of things we still don't know what we're doing in, but it's coming, and that's exciting, to not just feel like a fish out of water all the time.
Because you never know what Satan is going to throw at you, because we're here to do God's work, and so obviously Satan is going to try and get in the way. With my mom, she's definitely helping because she's a teacher. She is teaching kids, and she's helping with grading and all of that.
When Jesus was asked what the greatest commandment was, the response was to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself. So if that's the greatest commandment, I'm learning that that's where everything that we are looking for can be found. And so I noticed that one is to love God, and that's external. That's something we do externally, but there's constant assessment internally, like where am I with my walk with Christ? But it's an action. It's where I'm giving it. And so I do that, and then I turn around and do the same thing with other people. And I'm loving other people. When I have that outward approach to living, then I complete that, or I fulfill that commandment. And that's when I'm full. And so what I'm learning is, when life gets tough, and it's been tough for the last 7 months, there have been some moments, when life gets tough and we turn that inward and we say, well, if only this, or if my circumstances changed, then things would be different, then no longer am I fulfilling that great commandment. I'm turning it inward. And so I'm saying focus is on me. And I'll never find what I'm looking for if the focus is on me. So that's what God's teaching me spiritually and biblically, as far as and that's what He's doing in me. And as far as what I see Him doing in the community and through Noe and through us, I thought my idea of missions was that missionaries show up to into their field, and they're instantly involved in Bible studies. And I just had this picture in my head of people sitting around with Bibles in their hand, studying all the time. That's not the way it is at all. And I've realized that you have to, it's kind of like a garden. You have to tend to it. You got to do the things necessary for things to grow. And so we've had to develop relationships. We've had to develop trust with people, and creating an atmosphere where there can be Holy Spirit driven interest that was created through those things. So like through our Friday night programming through Un Espacio, we spent time building relationships there with the intention of moving toward discipleship in the fall. So I see God moving through that, as He's moving through our time on Friday night with the students to the point where we will begin discipleship in a discipleship program with some of the students in the fall. So that's where I see Him working, and it's exciting to see Him work and Him move. Seeing brokenness in some students already as they're thinking about their walk with Jesus and non-existent walk with Jesus. So yeah.
I see Him working through us through Noe and leading more people through Noe and having them be Christians and having people have a lot more fun through the pandemic.
God is using me through my angel student Sam. She has a very difficult family situation, and I really want to help her. The reason I couldn't meet her last year is because her family didn't have a car to bring her to meet me. She actually didn't live with her family. She lives with her grandma because her family did not have enough money for her. So God is helping me help her have a good friend and someone to hang out with at Noe. Like, I'm like a sister to her. Even though she's Selah's age, well, also she's Selah and Levi's age, she's still a good friend of mine.
And we're helping with Centro Noe, an English school, and teaching people English so that they might be able to get better jobs in the future.